Alright, today marks the first day of my shredding series, so without further ado, go ahead and roll the intro. And before we go any further, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff if you enjoyed today's video. It would be much appreciated. As you may know, for about 90 days, I went on a bulk and created a series called the Bulking Series. Real original, I know. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been a little bit off track when it comes to things like eating and, to be honest, posting. Now there are two reasons for that. One reason would be traveling, and then the second would be not feeling the best. Basically my stomach was turned upside down, right? Just wasn't feeling great, wasn't eating a ton, and trying to get some rest and kind of recover from traveling and having things go on in life. With that said, for the last couple of months, I've had this goal in mind that I was going to start a cut on exactly March 1st, which is today. So with that said, this morning I went ahead and took the initiative to start tracking some of the major measurements when it comes to something like a weight loss challenge. The first thing being tracking my weight, which is currently sitting in at about 173 pounds, as you can see by the graphic on the screen. Now to be fair, that number is a little bit skewed. I did track myself a little bit later on in the day, and I was pretty much fasted and a little bit more dehydrated than I'd like to be. If you're taking my real weight and you look at the weight that I took a couple of hours later on into the day, I was sitting at about 177. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say that I'm really like 176 waking up. So with all of that said, I'm gonna go ahead and stick to the plan of getting on this summer shredding, trying to stay consistent with my goals that I set months ago. My goal weight hasn't really been set. I think the idea here is that I'm just going to be looking to have a leaner, more athletic looking physique, since I've previously had a little bit more of a bulkier, physical, bigger kind of physique without any real definition or, vascularity. With that said, I'm not trying to, feel like garbage or feel some kind of way as I'm cutting. I just want to make sure that I look good, I feel good, and my cardio and things like that are a little bit more dialed in. Get even deeper into the measurements that I've taken. I went ahead and got a tape measure and had my wife take some measurements for me to see my exact starting point. The measurements consisted of my neck, chest, arms, legs, and of course my waist. For those measurements, it was looking like 15 inches around the neck, 37.5 inches around the chest, 15.5 inches around my arms, 34 inches around my waist, and 23 inches around the legs. In about 90 days, I'm going to go ahead and redo those measurements and see what the numbers come out to. I'm not really focused on keeping those numbers down, getting them up, or anything. I'm just interested to see what the progress is from day 1 to day 90. Similar to the bulking series that I created, I'm also going to be taking pictures of myself every single day for 90 days at 2 different angles. One will be forward facing, the other will be from the side, so that you can see the amount of mass that I'm carrying on the side as well. As far as nutrition goes, my goal is going to be to sit somewhere between 2250 and 2300 calories as I start off this cut, and get in at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And from a starting purpose, I think that's probably the best position to be starting in, and it'll allow me to be consistent, losing weight and maintaining muscle mass. As far as my nutrition goes, that'll probably be the least important aspect of this entire thing. Lifting weights is obviously fun, I enjoy it, and I want to maintain as much muscle mass as possible, but with that said, I'm not too, fixated on, sharing a ton about the actual weightlifting journey. I think for me, it's not going to be about hitting PRs. It's just going to be about keeping the same intensity and, trying to keep weight as heavy as possible with form dialed in. And of course, I think the most important thing when it comes to a weight loss journey is going to be the nutrition and really prioritizing and dialing that in. However, with that said, I am kind of experimenting with building my own workout program, just for me, nothing really crazy, but incrementing 3 different phases into a workout plan that's going to be an upper, lower body split. Once I kind of get the, details ironed out on that, I'll go ahead and release it down in the description, but don't expect that until closer to the end of this entire journey. Typically, whenever you're losing weight or cutting weight, and getting to a leaner body fat percentage, you typically end up losing a little bit more of your strength gains. However, my goal is to maintain as much as possible with the goal in mind that, you know, I'm still going to be getting leaner. Typically, whenever you're losing weight, especially whenever you're going to a leaner body fat percentage, you end up losing a little bit of strength as well. And for me, my goal is to just maintain as much strength as possible, as much muscle mass as possible, and also lose as much fat as possible. So that's gonna be the goal. And on Thursday, I'll be posting another video to kind of demonstrate, you know, kind of a full day of eating, maybe a workout, and some other things. So with that said, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And until next time, keep it together.
And now my love for you is so strong, girl.